We've been through a lot, but we still love our girl. She has great new friends, a great new house. Things need to be better. What could happen?
Yeah, wait, what would I do? You see, here's the thing, right? Here's the thing, right? That would probably be a part of my reaction. I don't know if I'll actually do it, but I would be. It's like I'm trying to think. I would be probably upset a little bit. But I think more so when they first bought him, right, or announced that they bought him, it was like, okay, all right. The thing is, I didn't want Activision. You know what I mean? I wanted Ubisoft. So it's like, but the fact that that it's out there is like, well, why not? You know what I mean? So now it's a real thing. This is the transaction y'all got, and the fact that, and if Sony was responsible for like stopping it, which they seem like the only party that's like. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, because my thing is, it's like, bro, like, do they even consider their own business model? Like it's just like the stuff that they're like that. Even the CMA and stuff is questioned. I'm like, bruh, like, why is that? Why is it a problem that Xbox, the games that Xbox made, right, that acquired, didn't make? They made Xbox exclusive after they acquired. Why is that a problem? That like, why is that even a question? Why is that a concern? You know what I mean? Like, I don't like even I don't care what at the end of the day you buy a studio. Like, then is that a problem that Sony, all the studios Sony bought, that they're no longer going to be making Xbox games outside of Bungie? Like, you know what I mean? Like is that now a problem when studios do that? Hey, like this person, for example, when Square Enix, let's say this, right? Square Enix sold Crystal Dynamics and some teams to like Embracer Group, right? What if is the Embracer Group changing one of the names, right? I think from yeah. So what if Embracer Group decides to say, hey, you know what? We're not gonna have them make you know Tomb Raider anymore, right? So now that the studio changed hands, we're never gonna get a Tomb Raider. Is that a problem? Even though we know we're getting Tomb Raider because they already committed to it, but like it's like these questions where they highlighting, oh well, Xbox has shown a pattern of their acquisitions, them making their games exclusive. Duh, who hasn't? like who has, unless it's like an EA buying somebody who they're a third party publisher. There's no the most they'll do is put the games in their subscription service, which they have done. Um, like it's I don't understand why they're asking those questions or making that a problem. It just don't seem right. So that's where I kind of.
Hey mom, how you doing? And it wasn't about me being like ruder. I said that they were calling about, and she was trying to get a BlackBerry to work. On the thing is, the BlackBerry that she had.
All right. Make sure you got your headphones on because it's on live. Not you guys.
At the end of the day, when I had to, like, hey, if I was not gonna work with you, she got upset. She hung up
In
on me,
terms
and
of
I
a
called
shooter
her
or
back.
anything like that, but they can have multiple successful ones that can make up for that. You know, it doesn't have to be one. It could be
It doesn't even
multiple.
have to be all first-person shooters. Like they have the Last of Us multiplayer game, the standalone coming out. You have that, like just more multiplayer experiences, more PvP games. Like
That's
that's
what
what
I'm
I
saying.
want
They
to see
already
from them.
projected like huge growth in like revenue by 2025 with these live service games and shit like that. So if they're already confident in some of these live service games that this is gonna bring them a lot of money, then this whole Call of Duty shit is like, you know, and they're already gonna get it for the next 4 years. They're getting Call of Duty is going on PlayStation at least for 4 years. So I don't know. It is what it is, bro. But it's gonna be funny though. Yeah, like I said, either way, I don't give a fuck, honestly. But this will, you know, I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know, man, but this whole thing has been getting on my nerve. It's the weird stuff that's like, it's the stuff that's coming out are things that I didn't think of that, like they would think twice at. I've never seen a regulatory body like go to bat for PlayStation like or any other publisher like so bad. It's like
Well,
what?
that's why you have to like wait and see how it plays out because the early reaction to it, like you can't base everything off of an early reaction to what you see happening in the news. Like there's no point in doing that. Like I really believe that this deal is going to go through. What they're doing is just that they're holding up the inevitable. Happens all the time in business when you're trying to acquire a company and absorb them into your entity. There's going to be some stumbling blocks along the way. And as something as big as this, where you have, it's not just the Call of Duty. Like people are just focusing on the Call of Duty aspect of it. It's the mobile part as well.
Well,
Like their mobile division is fucking huge at Blizzard,
but
and Microsoft needs that.
yeah. Well, the thing is, if mobile is going to be a big part of it, then Microsoft has no play in the mobile department, so they're less of even a competition in the mobile department. So they would have more of a case for King than they would have for Activision itself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And the thing is, Sony's market is focusing on one IP. When we know that Blizzard / Activision has a lot more IPs under their belt, but they're trying to make it about one thing that generates so much money, but that's not even their main breadwinner.
Well, I want them to keep it about Call of Duty because I don't want them to like promise no other games.
And that's what I'm trying to tell people. If they keep into that Call of Duty, then these motherfuckers are dumb.
No, not only Call of Duty, but they also need to make the stipulations for Diablo games. I want Diablo 5 on PlayStation as well, and if they can add that to the contract, that'd be amazing.
My thing is like, like I saw the list of the things that PlayStation would be acceptable to, and I'm like, bro, these dudes need to go some fucking where, dude.
Yeah,
like,
that was kind of ridiculous because it's like PlayStation, bro. Like y'all are doing the same fucking thing without even owning them. So what the hell?
like, bruh, man. Before we get into it, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Planet Xbox, episode 124. Hit the like button, hit the share button. Today, I mean, I don't know how much gaming news is there. There's a couple things going on, but we're going to have some immediate reactions to the news and stuff that's going on. But we're going to give you guys some time to come in here, so please hit that like button, hit that share button, share it on Twitter, share it on Insta, whatever, Facebook, any social media feed. I don't know who's coming through. We missing some people. Like, what the heck? But yeah, man, Come through. Before we get started though, I know we kind of jumped on it early. Let's get to like what everybody's been doing. I'm gonna start with you, Dopest J. How'd your interview go, buddy, with Ham Solo?
Oh, it was really good interview. Great episode. I started watching some of his other episodes as well. He's doing a really good job with that. I really enjoyed the interview. I like that style and that flow that we had during the interview. So, hopefully, I'm gonna actually message him right now to see if he's available, if he's not doing anything, because I would like to. He's a really good conversationalist. I would say that. Like he's great at what he does. So, if you guys are not familiar with him, check out Ham Solo on Twitter and go on his YouTube channel as well. And if we get him in here, he can definitely plug up his channel, plug up his social media, and yeah. Other than that, I've been working a lot, studying, going to the gym, just staying like really focused on that stuff, and then just looking forward towards other games that are coming out, Pokemon, God of War, just like getting ready for that. I've also been playing some Overwatch 2 with some of my friends. That's been a lot of fun getting them into Overwatch because they never played the first one. So this one's a really good introduction because it's not too radically different from the previous game, aside from like the additional game modes, maps, and new heroes. So yeah, it's been a lot of fun.
Okay, what's up? Chris, what you been up to? What you been playing?
So I'm literally about to get the platinum right now, because I got one trophy left of Indivisible. I think I talked about that before. You know, it's an indie game, turn-based but side-scrolling platform and stuff like that. It's pretty good, man. It's pretty good. Definitely recommend it. And I'm still playing Splatoon 3. After Indivisible, I'm about to start the Mega Man X collection, so I can get the platinum for that until Bayonetta 3 comes out. Because that comes out in about 2 weeks, right at the end of this month. So I'm really excited for that. And yeah, and then other than that, like I said, I started a new podcast with my boy Get on the Sticks and Toxic, the Nintendo podcast. It's called Let's Go Nintendo every Friday. So far, out of the 3 podcasts that I'm on, that is my favorite one because we just talk about the games, we talk about the news, but there's no console war and shit like that. Like right now, you know what I mean? We're about to, Sony, you know, fuck Sony, blah, blah, blah. Then tomorrow on Saltius, fuck Xbox, they lying, blah, 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 blah. But on Friday, you know, we're going to talk about the new Pokemon trailer and all that stuff. So y'all check that out. You know what I mean, Swoop?
Yes, sir.
Wow. You know, I'm definitely gonna have to watch the Saltiest Game podcast just to see how them dudes over there, like, because they, the elite ranting and defense that comes in, it's astonishing. It's astonishing. So I'm definitely gonna check it out.
I just checked.
I've been playing. Shout out to everybody because I thought this was gonna be a flop of a video. And it turned out it wasn't a flop, but it was a slow burn. I completed Sterigos Curse of the Stars, put out the review. Was it yesterday? Yeah, yesterday.
Yeah, I think it was yesterday.
So the review's out there. I had to give it a few different grades, like for current gen. I gave it 8 out of 10 for like last gen, like probably 6.5, 7, and then for PC 8.5. It has some flaws, but overall an enjoyable game. Like I definitely recommend it. It's only like $35 for the game. It's inspired by Souls like games with its own twist and whatnot. So but people turned out. The video ended up, hitting like 1,400 views, and I know doesn't sound like a lot, but for what my videos were doing prior to that, I was like, okay, this is going to be like another like 400 view video, and that's about it. And then maybe it'll catch burn a little bit later, when people start to discover the game more. Who knows? But shout out to everybody who tuned in, who checked out the video, and I sold a few copies of it according to the comment section. So. I think I did my job. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I have a tendency to like games that others do not like. So I mean, I have an acquired taste. So if I hope people like it, just because I like it doesn't mean it's going to be that great of a game. But I personally enjoyed it a lot. So there's that. I tried to play some other games. I tried to restart Mad Max. I'm not sure if I kind of got the hang of what I'm doing. I just don't know if I want to stick with it. I'm still playing 2K here and there. What other game? Oh my god, I feel like I've been trying to find my next game, right? And the issue is that okay, a lot of games come out this month. You got A Plague's Tale, which comes out in I think 2 days. And you also, even though I'm not checking for it, I'm gonna try it. Scorn comes out in a few days, and I feel like there's another game.
Yeah, there's a bunch of games.
Coming.
You're talking about Xbox.
No, just in general. In general, for like.
Oh, in general,
yeah.
You have Mario, the Ubisoft game, right? The Ubisoft Mario Rabbids.
Yeah.
The new one that's coming out. You got Bayonetta 3. You got Gotham Knights.
Yeah, Gotham Knights. Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, there's a.
Oh shit! Yeah, Barbecue Sauce is right in the chat. He said Modern Warfare 2 campaign is next week. Yeah, I have that pre-ordered on Steam, so I'm definitely gonna be playing that. Because I love the Modern Warfare campaigns, especially since they rebooted it in 2019. Like, I'm just very very excited for this. So I'm glad that they're doing the campaign a week early.
You got Persona 5 finally coming to Xbox.
Yeah.
As well, and the Switch.
No More Heroes 3 came out. I think yesterday.
Yes.
And the thing is, it's like. And then there's still games that I wanted to I planned to buy that I haven't yet that I still want to play. Like so I'm like at this point it's like, all right, do I go pull the trigger on those games or do I wait or do I find something to play in the interim? So and then this game Asterigos took me a lot longer to finish than anticipated. Not that it's required, but I ended up playing the game for like 50 plus hours, I think. So there's that. So I'm not sure. Did I ever beat Ghostwire? I did not. I still haven't. You know what happened was I got stuck on something. Not that it was difficult. I think what happened was I ran out of ammunition, like that little power shit that he shoots out of his hands. I ran out of the source for that, and I think I ended up backtracking. I started doing some side stuff until I was able to build myself again. I started playing again, and then I stopped. I think I stopped for some reason. Either a game came out, something happened. I think a game came out, and then I started to commit to that. Oh, the game that I picked back up. All right, I started playing Chivalry again. Chivalry 2 went in the Game Pass, but I already owned it. But my cousins, they didn't own it, so they got it on Game Pass, and we were playing like late, until like 1-2 in the morning last night. Fun game can be frustrating at times, but
yeah, that was literally me on Overwatch last night. We were up to 1 in the morning just playing that game. It was crazy.
Yeah. Shout out to Julian. If you get a chance, I don't know if you tried the game or download Chivalry 2 on Game Pass. There's also another game on Game Pass that I'm thinking about downloading, but I don't know. Some of these games is hard because you have to have a bunch of people get into it sort of immediately. The game is called Evil. It's like an Among Us type game, but a different setting, obviously better graphics and more control of your character. I think it's a little bit more in tune, a little bit more control and more in depth than Among Us, but it's one of those sort of type of games, but it's more so on murder mystery. Still, it's like everyone trying to figure out who's the killer and whatnot. That dropped onto Game Pass as well. I haven't tried it.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say, what about Games for Gold? What he has?
I have no idea what Games for Gold dropped. I don't pay attention to Games with Gold. I do not. I don't know what drops on there, and monthly it's. And I know a lot of people. The thing about the Games with Gold thing, and a lot of people that the Xbox haters that use this as their token to down Xbox. I mean, say what you. say what you want about it. I don't care. I'm not here to defend it. It's just, to me, it's a non-factor. I think I've claimed maybe 1 or 2 games from gold like since its inception. So like, I don't care what they drop in gold. Gold doesn't change. As a Game Pass subscriber, gold is 110% irrelevant.
Yeah, it's really no incentive to worry about games with gold if you have a Game Pass. But if you want to know, Chris, the games that are in games for gold right now is a game called Windbound and Double Kick Heroes. I know Windbound's also on PS Plus. It's in there as well. So whoever wants to check that out, check that game out. I claimed it because I'm like, why not? Like, I'll check it out eventually.
Yeah. No, well, I didn't want to know. I was just kidding. But
no, well, now you know, bro.
Now you know.
Now you know.
But well, nah, games with gold isn't. Well, yeah, games with gold. Yeah, I guess you could say if you want to call that irrelevant. Yeah. Because I'm about to say Xbox Live Gold isn't irrelevant because you need that for online. You know, so.
Oh, well, you got Game Pass, you got Xbox Live too, so.
Yeah, well,
it's a win-win. You get games with gold and you get Game Pass.
With Game Pass Ultimate. Yeah.
Hell yeah, Game Pass Ultimate. Make sure you got subscribed.
Make sure, but yeah. Which I mean, I feel so far the premium service on Plus when it comes to the classic games, absolutely ass, bro. Absolutely underwhelming. They didn't drop shit fucking last month that nobody wanted. This month, their classic game is Yakuza 3 Remastered, right? Which was already on the, I think, PS Now before. And that's a PS4 game, right? And then they added another one. They updated with Street Fighter 4, but it's the PS4 version. And it's like, isn't premium about PS1, PS2, PS3, right? PSP games and shit like that. And they haven't been dropping shit. So to me, it's like, how the hell is your most expensive tier, right? Your premium tier, right? Your premium tier is the one that's like getting the weakest drops and the weakest amount of of show of a showcase or whatever. But yeah, so to me, it's like the good thing about the whole classic games on premium, at least the ones that go on the system natively, is that you can buy them, right? So when they put Wild Arms for the first time, when that service first launched, you can buy it for $10 or whatever. So to me, it's like, if I was anybody, bro, like the classic games are gonna be so cheap anyways because they're not really like remastering them or anything like that, putting in work like that. But they're gonna be so cheap anyways that you might as well just like, if you're gonna pay, just pay for essential or extra. And then whatever classic games you want to buy, just buy it straight up for like $10 or $20. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's what I'm gonna do. Like, I'm not even like, when Legend of Dragoon finally drops and shit like that, they're gonna also have it up for sale as well too for like $10 or $20. So I'll just buy it instead of subscribing to premium because this so far has just been the rollout of it has been trash, and that's your most. You guys have been
hoodwinked by PlayStation Plus, and I've been hoodwinked too. But I gotta actually unsubscribe. I think at the end of November, so my shit don't renew.
I'm keeping it because there's some games in there like I want to play, and I didn't buy day one. So that's the biggest thing for me is like there's some games on there, but like I can understand for sure like someone like Chris, and even other like hardcore PlayStation guys that might feel a little bit like swayed by it or like upset about it, because think about like a lot of the games that are in there you guys already own, especially from first party. But I always say like if you're new to PS5, you didn't own it, a lot of those games like that's a great freaking deal for a lot of people. But like all the people who buy games recurringly and consistently, you're not really getting much value, which I understand your suggestion of, hey, don't go premium, go with the lesser one, save yourself some money.
Yeah, that's if you're into those, like, because premium is about the classics, right? So if you're into those classics, that's why I said the good thing about it is that actually, aside from the ones that are streaming only, right, like the PS3 games, but the PS1, PS2 games and stuff like that, when they do drop them on premium, they're also sold separately, and you can just own them straight up digitally, and they're not that much. Like Wild Arms is only $10. Dark Cloud 2 is like what, $10-$20 and shit like that. So you could just, the ones that you want or are interested in, just buy those straight up, and then you could, because Because like I said, these past couple months they haven't dropped shit. So to me, it's like it's a waste. That's already a waste of money. Like you're not dropping anything in there that I want other than your very first drop, which was Wild Arms. So yeah, they have a shit ton of fucking classic games that they can put on there. I don't understand what's taking so long. You know what I mean? It's like they should have already had a good selection and rollout at least for like the first year, right? I understand that like some months is gonna be like slow or whatever, but it's like they haven't really done too much, so they need to definitely get better with that. But otherwise, but nah, fuck that shit. Don't even subscribe to premium, bro. Just buy them shit straight up, and and then just play on extra or essential for the games that go out there that you do want to play.
Yeah. I mean, it's yeah, it's been pretty mediocre. Like I said, I played one game out of two games, so Stray and Shadow Warrior 3. That's
well, not like essential and extra. They're actually pretty good. They actually had really good drops and stuff like that, like really good selection and shit like that. It's the premium that been lackluster for the most part, but the other ones, nah, they've been really good so far. The games that just dropped, that they just posted, these are for their new version of PS Plus, or are these just the regular PS Plus games? Well, no, the ones they announced today was like the extra shit. Was like they announced like 5 Dragon Quest games, I think Ghost Runner, right? Couple other ones, because the essential for this month wasn't it Yakuza Like a Dragon or some shit like that, or in that fighting game or something like that. They already dropped the essential, so this announcement today was like the extra tier and also the premium tier. But the premium tier, all they added was Yakuza 3 Remastered and which is a PS4 game, and Street Fighter 5. I mean, not Street Fighter 5, Street Fighter 4, but the PS4 version. So it's like you're adding PS4 games. You're not adding PS1, PS2, PSP and stuff like that. Like not even PSP. Like what the hell is the PSP games?
Oh yeah, I get what you mean. So far, since that rollout, what was like the biggest back that of the classics? Was it the Simon filter?
Yeah, it was the Cypher filter. Then they added Cypher filter 2, I think last month, right, with trophy support. Also Wild Arms as well too, which is a classic old school first party PlayStation JRPG. And then other than that, I mean, it hasn't really been that good. They added Toy Story, but ain't nobody give a fuck about no Toy Story. They did, Toy Story with trophies, and then they added some bullshit ass PSP games that nobody cares about. Like it was like, no, this is not the shit that people like are asking for. Like, where's Legend of Dragoon? Where's Legend of Jiraiya? Where's Arc the Lad? Where's the old Gran Turismo games? Where's the Ratchet and Clank? The PS2 ones? Where are the Jack and Daxter games? Those are classic PS2 games and stuff like that. So, but I don't know. Sony is shown time and time again that they don't give a fuck about the legacy games like that, except the ones that sell 10 million or more on PS4.
Yep.
Because they're making sure those games are getting remasters and remakes and added to the service and all them shit.
Yeah,
right?
they're going down the
games.
Nintendo route, man. Like
Yeah.
they'll rather just like remaster or remake the game and sell it to you for 70 versus just saying, hey, we're gonna make it backwards compatible so you can maybe play it on your PS5.
But at least with the whole thing with Nintendo, so like with Nintendo, like when they do Wind Waker again, because they already remastered Wind Waker on the Wii U. But the thing is like me personally, I'd be okay with that, obviously, because I'm a Zelda fanboy. But I can't play Wind Waker right now on my Switch. You know what I mean? I can't play it on my Switch. Horizon, I can play on my PS5 at 60 FPS. That is the difference. If it's already available on my console and I can play it at a good performance and already looks good, you don't need to waste the resources to repackage it again for a remaster version or whatever. Just like Spider-Man. You know what I mean? But I understand they wanted to change the model, the character models and shit like that. But but yeah, I don't know. But that's a whole nother discussion. We can move on.
Okay. Couple updates. Xbox is celebrating a few anniversaries. Forza Horizon 5, Fallout, and I think Age of Empires. Fallout got a new dynamic theme. That's the one I'm currently using on Xbox. It's just the what do you call that damn mech that you're in?
You said what?
The mech that you're in, and that suit, the Fallout suit.
Oh yeah, the little Brotherhood, like the Brotherhood of Steel. I forgot what they call it, but
Yeah,
no.
so the dynamic resolution is sort of that with like kind of fog and smoke, like kind of moving around the character and this flashlight kind of like blanket and whatnot. It's pretty cool. I've been meaning to update my Xbox colors and stuff like that. But though that was cool that they did that. Forza Horizon added some new missions and achievements. I'm not exactly sure what Age of Empires done because I don't play that game because they didn't put it on console. And Apple Music is actually available on Xbox, which I'm actually about to download.
Oh, it is.
Yeah,
Oh,
Finally, yeah, it was available on PlayStation. I think last year, right?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, no, it was. Yeah, it was because you can play. Because I remember that being a thing where it's like they're announcing that you can play Apple Music in the background while on your PS5 while you're playing the game.
yeah,
Actually pretty cool.
I just want to make sure it has that ability where it, like, 'cause you know how with Xbox everything it's like tips usually snappable, right?
Yeah, because I'm glad we're getting back to that because we used to have that in the old consoles, right? The original
Yeah.
Xbox, you could play.
They
you
took
could
it off the
rip
dashboard. That was
music.
weird.
Yeah, you can rip music from it and play fucking music and shit like that while you're playing.
Mhm.
So Apple Music is like, I guess it's
Yeah,
something.
I'm a
you
user
have to
of
pay
Apple
for it,
Music.
but yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm subscribed to it.
Yeah, they gave me like a really good deal on it when I first swapped over to Apple for a couple years ago, and I've been using it ever since, and I love it. I wish they would on Windows have an Apple Music app, but you have to use iTunes, and iTunes isn't the greatest anymore. So
Yeah,
what it is.
iTunes. Yeah, they like kind of like because I feel like it's not even like I used to have. I don't even know where my iTunes went. Like I feel like they got rid of the iTunes like in favor of Apple Music. I mean, I'm pretty sure it still exists, but you have to like go through like the vault to find it because I don't even know what happened to like my iTunes launcher.
I pinned my iTunes launcher to my start menu on Windows 10, so I can always access it right there. But like the iTunes application itself is just so it's the same shit from like 10 years ago. They never updated,
they never updated it,
on
yeah.
Windows, yeah. But then you got on a Mac, and then you have Apple Music there, and it's just so functional.
It's because iTunes, nobody buys music. Nobody buys music like that. Like iTunes was like the store where you buy music, right? You buy music and you have you own music and stuff like that. But since everybody just streams, right, and they use subscriptions like Spotify and Apple Music and stuff like that, it's like
Yeah, because on
iTunes
PC
is
you
no
can
longer
use
a priority no more.
you can use
know?
iTunes to like have your Apple Music library there if you want to listen to your music on Windows, which is what I do because all my playlists are saved there. But Apple Music is just like the native Apple Music app on your iPhone, iPad, and Mac is just so much better than Windows iTunes. But hey, it is what it is.
I wonder if that's done on purpose.
That's why all these artists are selling 10K and 15K. I remember when artists was like,
Yes, on 600K, 800.
yeah, like the lowest, like it was like considered low if they sold like 500K and went gold, right? And you know what I mean. But it's like now, it's like they're happy if they sell 100K your first week. I was like, damn, them sales dropped significantly, bro. Since streaming,
Yeah,
man, these dudes aren't even hitting gold; they're hitting triple copper. Like that shit's sad, bro.
and they claim they're being blackballed.
But there's this like a select few artists that can actually still like move records and stuff like that. But now it's more about like how many listens you're getting on Spotify, Apple Music, and stuff, and the deals that you have. So they're not even super concerned about sales like they used to.
And they fluffed them stream numbers up, but I don't know what
yeah.
we're talking about. This, oh yeah, because
Them
Apple
bots.
Music is coming to
They got them
Xbox.
bots.
Hopefully we can stream some, Game Pass. Game Pass.
Speaking of that, Xbox.
Is that on Apple Music? You should put it on there.
Yeah, I can't because the beat doesn't belong to me. It would be a copyright. The Xbox also is like silently like launched the how can you say I don't want to say because the browser play was always available. Is that now they did something that I think that Google wanted to do with Stadia is like Google search a game and then hit play button right there on it. So they did that. Obviously you can do it through Bing. I had a video on it a couple days ago where if you search up any Xbox game or not even Xbox game, any game that's playable in Game Pass right now in Bing, you'll see a button to play and they'll open the game up for you on Cloud Stream through the browser. Of course, you need to have an Xbox Game Pass subscription and a login because it'll require you to log in. But since I'm already logged in, like it just clutch. It worked fine. I tested 2 games on it, Halo Infinite and Deathloop and whatnot, but they don't even advertise that, like, and I don't know what they're waiting for. I don't know if they're waiting for their that streaming box that was Phil Spencer had in his video, or if they're waiting for this whole ABK thing to come through and then they can just like fully like launch it, because I don't feel like they advertise anything related to like their cloud streaming outside of like Twitter and whatnot. I feel like there's a huge area of opportunity for them to at least talk about it, or like, what I mean? They ain't got to do obviously what like Stadia did, but they like there's a lot of like there's little knowledge about that product from Xbox, and I wonder why they haven't really like just kind of like scream for the mountains that what they got available. But go see, it's cool. Try it out. Anybody? I mean, it requires a controller. You don't need like a beast PC. You just a regular HP, an E machine type in.
You don't need a 4090.
No, you don't need that big ass.
You all need a 4090
graphics.
brick.
I'm gonna save it for a 4090 because I actually have the tower for it, right? My refrigerator, so it can fit in my freezer.
Wow.
I measure my freezer. Is big enough.
Definitely keep it cool,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
If you keep that beast
God
cool,
damn, that shit is fucking. God damn, that shit's like original Xbox.
that's the
Like,
original
like,
Xbox.
yeah,
It's
it's
a
a-
PS5. It's insane, dude.
That shit
That's
is
very big.
ridiculous.
See, this is why I hate digging into the rabbit hole that is PC gaming, right? You sit there, you put all this time building your rig together, and what happens, right? You get a card that's like can contend, like, okay, I got me some, and then a next generation of cards come out, and next generation of graphic cards come out, and then it's like, and it's every 2 years. It's like every 2 years that this happens, and then like now, oh shit, it's already outdated. Now, granted, the current cards we got, and obviously they're not going anywhere anytime soon, but I just feel like it moves too fast, and I wouldn't be able to. I wouldn't be able to keep up. Like I said, like the last time I upgraded. I've had my original car was a 980 Ti. I didn't upgrade it until I got the 3070 Ti, and that was like 5 years apart, dude.
Yeah,
like
most PC gamers are like you. They wait multiple generations before they upgrade. So like the people,
but the most PC gamers that I know,
they upgrade frequently. Well, those are people that you see on Twitter. Those are people who actually are like into that shit.
Yeah, I'm about to say every PC gamer I know had every generation of cards since the 980. Like,
well, you're not the only one. Look at Bond. Bond was on a freaking 1070 for a while until he got his 3080. Like the majority of PC gamers are like that. They don't upgrade too frequently. They buy one card and one CPU. They stick with that for like 3 to 4 years, and then they build whatever they want to build afterwards. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. But
That's the thing about it.
What about in this case? It's like, is your tower big enough to fit a 3090?
I don't think my tower is big enough to fit a 4090.
The majority of people can't fit.
I'm talking
in the
about
case.
Dopa's J.
Oh yeah, my case is big enough to fit that. Yeah. When I looked
That
at the
shit look
size
fucking
difference between
crazy,
that
bro.
card and my card, because I have a 3090, and the 3090 is fucking huge as well. When I looked at the size difference, I was like, yeah, I still have enough space to fit that card inside my case. And I built my case with that in mind. Like, hey, like I want my case to have enough airflow and space because I know eventually, like, components are gonna get bigger, especially graphics cards with the way they've been going for the past 10 years.
And
Like
the
they constantly
wattage
got bigger
too.
and bigger. Yeah, a power
The
supply
watt.
as well. Like I made sure I bought a really good power supply, but now I'm like, oh, I just bought a new CPU. My new CPU takes up more power. Whenever I decide to go to that, like I'm gonna have to upgrade my power supply as well. So I'm in no rush. Like I'm fine with where I'm at right now, but I'm eventually gonna upgrade because it's in my fucking DNA to do shit like that.
Yeah, yeah. Because if I get one, I'm not gonna get no fucking. I'm not paying no $1,600 for that shit. But if I do get one, it'll probably be like a 4070 or whatever. Because that DLSS 3.0, that shit's gonna, like that shit.
I'm mad
that
they
shit's gonna
freaking
carry them shit, right?
I'm mad they limit that to a freaking like a card.
3090.
Yeah,
What's that
bro.
generation? Yeah, it's only on that,
But no,
that generation of cards.
they are limited it to only the DLS 3.0. That's only for the 40 series cards. That's it.
Yeah.
Like you can't get that on the 30 series card because why? Because they want you to upgrade. They want you to buy it.
Yeah.
Right? Because if the DLSS 3.0, if you can get that on your 3080 or 3070, then you're gonna be like, well, I don't need to upgrade to the 40 series card. I don't need to upgrade for a few years.
Yeah, the thing people need to understand is that like overall demand for this generation isn't as high, even though there's a decent amount of hype around it from looking at the performance. Like it's great performance that you're getting, but there's a lot of inventory. You can still buy it right now. I'm constantly getting alerts throughout the day of Newegg, Amazon, Best Buy. Like some models are gonna sell out by tomorrow, obviously, but it's not gonna be hard to get because you're not gonna have the scalpers. They're not gonna make a profit on flipping them like they did a couple of years ago. And then mining is dead, so there's no profit with mining. So overall,
And not a
the
lot
only
of
people
people
that
are gonna
mine it
shell
is just
out.
gamers. That's it. It's just gamers mining.
Yeah, and then not a lot of people are gonna shell out damn near almost $2,000.
Yeah, just
You
to
know what I mean?
upgrade their current PC to get that, you gotta get a new case, new power supply, everything just to fit that monstrosity of a fucking card.
Well, that's why I say I already have the case. Is my refrigerator
Yeah, man.
is the case. You know what I mean? Oh, here we go. Go ahead. You're a PC, and he jumped right in. Go ahead, Bless Red. What's up?
You can hear me clearly or no?
You
Barely.
sound a little bit
We
far.
can hear you. We know you're on some sort of T-Mobile device, but
Oh man.
Man, you probably got like simple moment. Maybe shut up. But
Yeah, no, you're a little distorted, bro. I don't know what's.
I'm driving.
okay.
But yeah, I just was gonna talk a little bit about the 4090 and how that's the only card worth buying on the 40 series.
Damn, my only card? Why you say that? Let us know.
Because all of these leaked benchmarks and what NVIDIA has shown themselves, the 4080s, both of them look like they're trash. They both look, with disregard to DLSS 3, they both look trash. They're both around the 3090 Ti's performance. But a 4090 is like 50 to like 70% faster than a 3090 Ti. So it's like a 4080 is literally pointless. You can get a 3090 Ti for $1,200 now.
I agree with the 12 gig model. I agree with your assessment about the 12 gig model for sure. 16 maybe. I want to actually see more people get their hands on that, to see the results of it. But I would always say like it all depends on where you're coming from. Like me, I'm not buying a 4080 coming from a 3090. That literally makes no sense. So for me, my situation doesn't make sense. But like somebody who's on a 2080 Ti, for example, going to something like a 4080 makes more sense for them, right? Like that's a perfect upgrade for that kind of user because the amount of performance that they're going to gain and the features that they're getting as well.
No, I think if you're on the 3080 or above, the 4080s are worthless.
Yeah, if you have a 3080, a 3080, 3090, don't buy a 4080. That's my opinion.
It's literally like those cards. I don't see those cards selling well at all. Neither. Like they're literally on most of these benchmarks that I'm seeing. Like literally, they're like the 12 gig is under a 3090 Ti, and the 16 is like maybe 5 to 10% better, whereas a 4090 is like 40 to 70% better. Like, it's worth it. The card they made. What is funny because last gen 3080 was so close to 3090 that paying over twice the price was retarded. But now this gen, the 4080s look worthless. It's like Turing all over again. It's TI. The 2080 was essentially a slightly stronger 1080 Ti. It was a pointless card, but the only card that was worth a damn was the 2080 Ti, the highest card. And that's why
I told you. I told you this generation was going to be Turing all over again. I literally told you that.
That's why my name is the way it is on Discord. I've had this name for months now. Because literally, it's Turing all over.
Turing Electric Boogaloo.
Yes, I'm guessing you never saw the movie Breakin' or Breakin' 2, Electric Boogaloo.
No, I have not.
Fire movies. You should see. That's where the term comes from. People look at that, they're so confused. Like, whatever, I don't care. It's a dancing movie. Fire, but whatever. But yeah, the 4090 is a fucking behemoth, and it's making the CPUs look trash. It's making every CPU that we have right now look trash. Literally.
Yeah, you need Vcache on Zen 4, which is why I've been telling people don't upgrade to Zen 4. Either wait for 3D chips of that version to come out, or buy the current 3D, which is what I did. I bought the 5800X 3D. I still have to throw that on my PC. I still have to install that, but there's literally no point in switching platforms. Like, if you're currently on AM4, stick with AM4, get Zen 3 or get Zen 3D. That's it. And then whenever the 3D chips of AM5 come out, just buy that. Because a lot of games love cache. If you have a shit ton of cache, especially 3D stat cache, you're gonna gain way more performance. And at that point, like, having the fastest memory doesn't even matter.
Oh.
I do think though that even that's gonna help, but I still think that's not gonna save it, because there's still some games that don't benefit much from cache. Like the fact that the 4090 can make some CPUs or can make some games CPU limited at 4K makes no fucking sense.
That's crazy.
That means that no matter what CPU you have, at 1440p or 1080p, you're always going to be bottlenecked, and you may have stutter because your CPU is dying. Like that card is so strong that the CPU market literally just can't compete, which is
that's why they have to innovate, and they have to innovate fast. It's not only just IPC and clock speeds, but you have to have something extra there as well that's going to be able to just balance out everything. And I can't wait to see what AMD has, because for the most part, AMD is called up on all metrics except for
that's what I was about to bring up. I was like,
so RDNA 3 should be very impressive as well. And November 3rd is when they have their event, so I want to see what they're doing with their technology.
A more better implementation of FSR to at least get it closer to DLSS.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything about an update to FSR 2 or even FSR 3, but hopefully they do say something about that.
Mm-hmm.
What I do know is that they plan on being much more efficient than NVIDIA in terms of power usage, size, and things of that matter. So
price, yeah.
It should be an easier upgrade for people to get those cards, honestly.
Yeah. I will say, though, that the 4090 is surprisingly performance per watt is really fucking impressive.
Yeah, it's not as bad as I thought it was gonna be either. I was on Tech Power Up, and I was looking at their benchmarks of like the Founders Edition and the Supreme X Liquid Cool one, and power usage wasn't that insane, and idle temps were good. Idle temps are really, really good for those cards. So it's a testament to the engineering and the amount of effort that they put into having a really efficient cooler in those cards to keep the die cool.
Yeah, like the Founders Edition 4090, like I was seeing benchmarks, a 3090 versus a 4090. The 4090 was twice the frame rate. It was the same power consumption.
Yeah,
literally
it's
the
blowing
same
my
330
GP out the fucking water, bro. I'm like, yo,
Literally, yeah, it's fucking twice the performance with the same wattage. Like, sure, it's retail for 450 watts, but a lot of the time, it's not even gonna reach that full capacity of 450 watts within game, especially. Like, it'll be
Yeah.
at like 3090, or it'll be at 3090 levels, which makes it like, oh, you can still use the 850 watt power supply, especially if you undervolt it. So like,
yeah, you can keep it at like a locked wattage and not even surpass it, and still get excellent performance over a 3090, which is insane.
yeah. So yeah, honestly, the 4090 it's fucking out here. That card is fucking crazy.
How much is this card again?
What's up?
How much is this card again?
1500.
1600.
1600
And
started off, but obviously.
Oh yeah,
some
1600. My bad. Yeah,
have it
1600.
at 2000,
These go up to like
1800.
2000 at
Yeah.
most I've seen.
That's right. It ranges from 1600 to 2000 depending on the brand.
I'll get the Founders, honestly. The Founders is an MSRP.
The Founders is
And the
honestly all
Founders
you
is fucking
need.
great.
Those the AIB cards are so like they have massive coolers. Like they're even bigger. They're like substantial. Like the Asus Strix model. That
Yeah,
shit
the
is
Asus is
ridiculously
insane.
big.
MSI. I have an MSI card right now, and the
Like-
MSI is huge.
Like it's unnecessarily large, and it's like not even cooling. Like it's cooling negligibly. I can't even say the word. Negligibly better. It's like 1 to 2 degrees. Why the fuck would I buy this? This costs $200-$300 more. If you can get the Founders Edition, that's the edition to go for. Like quiet, cool, fits in more cases because it's not as crazily large. Like I don't know, and it still looks. I
Man,
think it still looks good.
you can buy you can buy a Steam Deck, a
You saw that
Switch,
shit?
Steam Deck, Switch,
Xbox
Xbox, and
Series X,
PS5.
and a PS5 digital for cheaper than
And-
than a 3090. That's
And
crazy.
you can get the membership for all those systems too.
Yeah.
Hey, the 4090 is going to outperform all of them combined.
Yeah, fucking
Combined.
of course.
It better. I mean, it's like
the Ferrari is faster than the BMW 3.
I'll hold you. Combined? A PS5 and like if you put it in perspective, a 4090 is like it's essentially like it's possibly 3 times to 4 times the power of a PS5 or Xbox Series X. 3 to 4 times.
for no damn
the power.
reason. For no,
Yeah,
for
because
no
that
damn
one
reason.
card
No
is
reason,
just
stop
it's the same
it.
size.
This is the second generation of cards within this generation of consoles. Like, bro, consoles.
But
you
that's
know
how
the-
that's how it's always been. Like this is no surprise.
Bruh, no. This is one of the largest generation from generation to generation jumps, though. This is one of the largest. The other,
Well, you want to know why? You want to know why that is? Because literally, when the PS5 came out, Ampere came out. Ampere and RDNA 2 came out at the same time. So everyone's like, all right, if you have something like a 3070 or above, you're outperforming consoles easily. Then another generation just came out. Like that's to be expected from the PC space.
Yeah, I don't know why. I was like, because the thing about the games that are coming out, I think Paris posted a video of Spider-Man running on a 4090, and
The benchmarks are going to be the PlayStation games, of course.
it's like I'm not that impressed. I feel like I'm not missing anything.
that's the biggest benchmark. Spider-Man is child's play. Cyberpunk is the true benchmark. And
Yeah, for me, it's like I want 4K high refresh rate for across a wide variety of title, and that's what this card is doing for me. So I know eventually I'm gonna do that. I sent the article to multiple people.
It took them a $2,000 card to get 4K at higher than 60 FPS.
Higher than 100 FPS. Let's be
At-
specific.
Higher.
I can get
Hold on,
4K.
hold on.
I can get 4K over
You
60
also
right
gotta-
now.
It's not just 4K 60. It's 4K 60 or over 60 at max with ray
Max
tracing.
settings, yeah.
You know what I mean, and shit like that. So
it's the first card where you can literally say fuck fuck the settings. I put everything at max, and I'm getting high frame rate at 4K. There's never been a card that was able to do that ever.
Wasn't the 3090 supposed to do that dumb shit?
No, a 3090
No, not consistently.
Like literally,
Right.
Like,
which
including ray tracing,
you're cutting out, bro. You're cutting out. You're cutting out a lot.
Hold on, let me grab my order real quick.
But yeah, that's why it's like when people were thinking like the consoles was like gonna all be like native 4K ultra settings, 4K 60 and stuff like that. It's like nah. Some of the games are gonna hit 4K native 4K and stuff like that, right? Some of them can at 60, but it's not with the ultra settings and ray tracing turned up to the max and shit like that. You know what I mean? So what we're talking about like PC, that shit takes a lot of power to do. Like what you say, even the 3090, which was like a $1,200. I forgot how much it was, but even that couldn't do it all the way. So shit, a $1,600 car, you better be able to put that shit on the highest shit and get over 60 or whatever, because if not, that would be a ripoff.
A 3090, we were the goal. Like, think about this. The goal of graphics cards, I feel like, for us to really hit like a plateau, a new plateau, was 4K 60 any game, and we were kind of getting it with the 3090. They went from kind of getting it to getting 60 FPS. We're getting high refresh rate, 100 plus. Like, that's insane. In one generation leap, you go from maybe you can get 60 FPS with max settings, no matter what the setting is, ray tracing, all that, to absolutely you can. No question. Like, that is a significant increase. That is unheard of. Literally unheard of. So, yeah, that card is
that's
crazy.
insane.
It's smooth. That's
unheard of.
If you want a more powerful Xbox, there you go.
Which is crazy. Smooth has a display that's 4K 240. He has a display that can actually run that and actually take advantage of it. Because that card will get some games at over 200 FPS at 4K. So
yeah, if you adjust the settings.
Display, not even. Depending on the game, you can get over 200 easy.
Yeah, if he's playing like Call of Duty or something, easy.
Yeah, like Power Wash.
Yeah. Call of the new
Power Wash.
Power Wash Simulator should be over 300.
Yeah, I mean that's nice and all, but the thing is like, even when I play games on PC, like now I play even a remotely game that's like tapping into my GPU, I start smelling electric smoke. So I can.
Oh no!
Well, you need to check. Like, you're funny.
What are you talking about?
Your configurations a little bit
going on, sir.
Yeah, like $2,000, like $1,600 for like. It's like I contemplate, but the thing is that if I have to buy a card like that, I then have to what buy a new case and probably another motherboard. Fuck out of here, man. PC gaming is a fucking rabbit hole, bro.
Power supply as well.
You bought a $1,600 monitor, and you're crying about
$1,600 monitor to bless my wonderful Xbox Series X.
I can't even use it.
For a
$4K 240 hertz monitor on those, bro. You should have bought the LG.
I got the LG. I still got the LG. I'm about to upgrade this LG to a 32-inch though.
Man, your Series X only supports
wait for the OLED.
Frame
wait for
rate,
the OLED
bro.
to come out, because LG's working on OLED monitors.
Okay.
27 and 32-inch models. They're stop production.
Shout out to Julian Johnson. He says these PC dudes spending $3,000 on a setup and still having to buy cheats to beat me playing on a PS5 with the stick drift in Warzone.
That's facts. No, that's facts. That's facts.
I definitely don't co-sign any cheaters. Fuck all cheaters.
We don't co-sign cheaters over here, but what you're saying is the truth, bro. It's insane. These people we have in the most brawler setups, and they out here still using hacks and cheats in these games. That's crazy.
They get a 3090.
They just want to ruin other people's experience, bro. They just want to ruin other people's experience.
Yo, Julian, it's not even just you. Julian Johnson, it's only just you. They're getting slapped by kids on the PS4. Like, come on, bro. You losing the kids on PS4 and you got a $3,000 PC? Ain't no way.
They don't know how to use it. Nah, but yeah, man, that the 4090 is crazy. I'm super
Damn.
excited what AMD has to show. I'm super excited.
So what you
'Cause
doing
no
with that
matter
3080, bro? You selling that?
no, because it's an EVGA. I want to keep the last of the EVGA. I want to keep it.
All right.
Oh yeah,
But
Oh yeah, because they're shutting
they're
down, right?
boycotting, right?
You're gonna put it in the glass shelf. That's your prize.
Nah,
I
you
might.
know that.
I mean, I
Are they
mean, I love.
boycotting or they're shutting down?
It's gonna blow
No,
out.
they're not
no,
shutting down.
they-
They just stopped producing NVIDIA cards because the way NVIDIA was treating them is pretty shitty. On top of the
Oh.
fact that they weren't privy to the cost of Lovelace ahead of time, so it's literally last second.
Right.
Plus, there
So
wasn't
are
too
they-
much profit for them in
are they
terms
gonna
of
really
selling
produce
GPUs.
Yeah, they really just said
AMD cards now?
no.
No,
I
no.
think they're done entirely because I don't think they want to do this business anymore. I think they're just like fuck you, Nvidia, fuck the
They
GPU
make
industry.
motherboards.
They're
They
making
make power
they're making very
supplies.
small margins on that in profit. Very very small. They make like 200%. They can make 200% like profit on like a power supply, but like 2 or 3% profit on a GPU. Of course, they make a lot of revenue on the GPU because that's mostly what they sell. But in terms of profit from said revenue is like 3%. It's very minimal. So they're just
These dudes
like,
gonna buy. They're about to buy 3090 to play CS:GO. God damn.
Well, it's good to see that Blessed Red don't sound like he's
absolutely.
calling for Cell Block 4 no more. God dang, boy.
I just went on. I'm using my Bluetooth headphones now. I was in my car before,
Mm.
but yeah, like I mean, yeah, I'm super excited.
Hey, yo, you guys
I'm buying some this holiday,
actually
whether
actually
that's
gotta
NVIDIA
go,
or
bro.
AMD.
I actually gotta go, man. I'll check y'all later, but you know, Sony, Sony should, you know, I don't understand why they're saying, you know, that if y'all buy Activision, we want, you know, no exclusive content or anything like that, no Game Pass and stuff like that when they do the same thing. So, yeah, it's not a good look for Sony, but it's gonna be hilarious if the deal gets blocked, you know, because of
Well,
it.
yeah, you already
Sony
talked about
exposing
that.
itself,
I'll
man.
check y'all later, man.
All right, man. Have a good night.
All right, bro. I'm doing it. You already talked about that or no?
Talk about what?
The
Nah,
Sony,
that's
like
why,
all
that's
the
why I get
Sony
my
news or
thoughts.
no?
Nah, that's why I get my
Oh,
thoughts real quick before I leave. All right.
okay. Peace out,
But
bro.
yo, Nick, I'm gonna whoop your ass in Street Fighter 6. All right, peace out, y'all.
All right, man.
Man, this dude Nick is a washed up fighting game player, bro.
You seem crazy, man.
Yo, disrespect.
I said, don't duck us in Street Fighter 6 or Tekken 8, man.
Nah, you see what happened in Street Fighter 4 and 5, man. But what's going on, y'all, man?
Oh yeah, dope. Were you able to cop?
Say what?
Were you able to cop or no?
No, I'm not
Beta?
buying that day one.
Oh, you know?
Oh man.
Nah, I never said I was buying day one. I said I was waiting.
Oh, you're gonna wait for AMD too?
Yeah,
My man.
like I'm impressed with the
Yeah.
4090, but I'm not buying it right now. There's no point in me buying that right now.
Smart man.
Plus,
Other
like,
people are like, oh,
if I buy
I
it,
need
I
to
want
buy
to
it. It's gonna go on
have
sale.
all 4K monitors. Like, I'm not playing.
Okay.
I'm not using a 4090 at 1440p. It's a waste, in my opinion.
All right, let's get to the
I'm
nitty
gonna be playing 240 hertz.
gritty. You guys can hear me? I mean, I'm sorry. PC puts me to sleep, bro.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, you have one and a PC monitor too.
Yeah, I use my monitors.
monitor.
I use my monitors for the consoles. They do them justice. They do them justice. All right, man. So a couple things coming out of this Activision Microsoft thing, and it's going to be with us for a while. But these takes keep coming where these companies have to defend themselves, and just more, in my opinion, just bizarre, hypocritical like responses from PlayStation that just has me in absolute awe. And the responses also from like the fans, I know like all the like the PlayStation fans and the fanboys and stuff doing their, you know, what you call it, nonprofit work to like boost PlayStation's point in this. It's ridiculous. So one of the things that sort of ticked me off about this I guess whatever. I think both Microsoft and CMA released something in regards to this deal. Is that Sony, the requirement Sony had to allow for Microsoft to acquire Activision. Firstly, I'm asking, who the hell is Sony? Why for Sony to, who does Sony own for that to be like a thing? I understand for them to agree, like they ask publishers like 2K, Ubisoft, and everything, like, hey, what do you guys think of this? This is impact your business, da da da. But like Sony is like literally being like, I don't understand them. Like, this is the softest I ever seen seen them. The softest. Like, these dudes are like, it's to the point they're everything from Sony and PlayStation to me is becoming unattractive with every passing day. But so let's see, check out the stuff that they don't want to happen. So their requirements for COD for Xbox is no extra content that is not available on PlayStation, no hardware enhancements better than PlayStation, no Xbox Game Pass benefits. And
what? That's what they're wait, they're demanding this?
Yeah, so in their words, the one I guess coming out of CMA, it says third-party views also covered the merged entity's ability to engage in partial foreclosure strategies. Sony told the CMA that even if COD games remained available on PlayStation following the merger, the merged entity would still be able to engage in partial foreclosure by increasing the differentiation between the versions of COD available on Xbox and PlayStation. According to SIE, gamers may expect that COD on Xbox will include extra content and enhanced what the fuck kind of word is that? And enhanced
interoperability.
Yeah, with the console hardware, in addition to any benefits from membership in Xbox Game Pass. SIE submitted that these factors are likely to influence gamers' choice of console.
Now that you're actually like saying this out loud, this sounds really like bitch made, honestly. Like if you own the company or if you have some sort of exclusive deal with a company to have a game on your platform, whether it's marketing rights or just outright, hey, the game is on here, that's it. You want extra features and extra incentive for people to play that game on your system. Sony does this all the time. Like what? Like they have a game, they have the marketing rights. Hey, you can only get this piece of content on PS5 and that's it. They did this shit with Destiny. They did it with Call of Duty a couple times with, oh, you can play this map on PlayStation. Xbox doesn't get it, or all these other platforms don't get it. What are they saying? And you can't stop Microsoft from putting the games on Game Pass.
They basically saying
they're saying they can't compete.
I don't want Xbox to do the same thing we do.
That's essentially what they're saying. Like, yo, that's
crazy, man.
That makes no sense, bro. That makes no sense in the world. Like, hey, you guys can have it, right? You guys can have Activision and stuff, but we want to put these provisions in place that limits your ability to actually utilize these IPs on your platform the way that you're supposed to do it. Make it make sense. And what are they saying? Like, no, Smooth, you have to explain. Who the fuck is defending this?
That's what I
you talking about as in fanboys?
Yeah, like what are they saying? Because I haven't paid attention. Like, what's the narrative? Like, what are they doing to defend Sony? Like,
they're pointing out. So, like, for example, you got people like Nick Maricelli. You got people like Red Dragon, like pointing out things that Microsoft said, saying that they're liars. So they're ignoring completely what the shit that PlayStation's doing, and they're pointing out wherever they feel like they got a gotcha from, like Xbox. Like, my thing is, right, that bothers me about this. It's like, okay, so PlayStation practice everything they don't want Xbox to do. They practice exclusive content. They practice what's the word that they're saying, enhancements, right? On their versions of their game that may not be available on other versions of the game. My thing is PlayStation does this from a position of like having a marketing deal. They don't want Xbox to do this under owning the damn thing, where it's actually expected. Like, who is Sony to tell them, oh, you shouldn't be able to put this game in Game Pass? That would hurt us. You shouldn't be able to have market. So my thing is that PlayStation has had Call of Duty marketing rights for about 8 years now, and that
ever since Black Ops 3.
So that has come with early beta, early access to the beta, and first DLC, right? First expand anything that the game gets, they get it first, right? So why would you be highlighting that as an issue if Xbox owned them? That should be a fucking given. Like, that should be a given. And then the CMA highlights. They said the CMA says they found a pattern of behavior by Microsoft which shows that they acquired studios that made games for other consoles and then they made them exclusive to Xbox. No shit. So my question to this, all right, I want anybody, because a lot of people were retweeting this, see, because everybody want to point to Starfield every time Xbox says, hey, they're not going to make Call of Duty exclusive. They're like, well, what about Starfield? I was like, Activision and ZeniMax, two different publishers. Microsoft should be allowed to have two different plans for those two different publishers. And like, Activision has games that's popular and sell well on other platforms. ZeniMax, when Xbox bought ZeniMax, PlayStation didn't lose anything. They didn't have any potential of losing some big annual game that generates a whole lot of money, right? They lost a bunch of unknowns when Xbox bought ZeniMax. They didn't know what Bethesda was making next. There's potentials. Oh yeah, there's eventually going to be another Elder Scrolls. There's eventually going to be another Fallout. But all the other games, they don't know what they were making. So that's what they lost. The PlayStation lost a bunch of unknowns, which they were okay with because they had nothing to say when Xbox bought ZeniMax. But now, Activision, they're buying this, and the problem is the CMA lists all the studios that Xbox purchased, and their games became exclusive shortly after. They mentioned ZeniMax, and they talked about Starfield and Elder Scrolls, which none of those games have released yet. They talk about Obsidian and how they're making the Outer Worlds 2 and Avowed, and they're going to be Xbox exclusive. They mention In Exile, and they highlight that they're making a game that has no name that's going to be Xbox exclusive. And they mention Ninja Theory, who's working on Hellblade 2, because that is going to be Xbox exclusive. But they fail to mention all the games that the studios from NXL. What happened with Wasteland 3? It came out on PlayStation. What happened with Obsidian the Outer Worlds one? It came out on PlayStation and whatnot. What happened with ZeniMax? They dropped 2 PlayStation exclusive before they even dropped a single Xbox exclusive.
Yeah.
Like, come on. And the thing is, it was like, okay, so now they're trying to make it seem like buying studios is anti-competitive. So you're highlighting that because Microsoft bought studios, that they made those games exclusive out of the bat. That's normal. So let's name when's the last time, what was the last game Insomniac, Housemarque, and there's another one that I listed. Insomniac, Housemarque, and Bluepoint. What games did they make for Xbox since being acquired? Not before being acquired, since being acquired. 0, nothing, nada. None of them has produced any Xbox content since being acquired. And the CMA, and the reason why, and you would think, they're owned by Sony, but CMA is pointing out that these select studios that are working on Xbox exclusive that are coming out in years from now, this is a problem and bad practice, and they're using that against the deal for Xbox to acquire Activision. That doesn't make any sense. The CMA probably is the worst regulatory body on the planet.
Let's just keep it real, bro. It's only because it's PlayStation bread and butter, Call of Duty, which made them more popular than the Xbox since the 360, bro. Like, it is what it is, man. Like, all those exclusives and 20 million, 30 million, yay! That means nothing to PlayStation more than Call of Duty extra content. And I mean, I hate to say it, man, but all these influencers were wrong. Like, yo, Like, this is crazy, man, to see PlayStation flustered like this, bro. Like, it just amazed me, man. Like, and people defending this joint, like, it's crazy, man. They just throwing up these, like,
Well, they have a problem with it. Then they should have told Sony about this shit. But Sony clearly can't afford to make the deal happen, so Microsoft's gonna make the deal happen. But people talk about competition, this competition, that. They see Microsoft buy, this is anti-competitive, this is anti-consumer, blah 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 blah. But then you have a long history of Sony doing the same exact shit with exclusive content. Fuck acquisition, just exclusive content in general. You know, all people are like, well, you know, Microsoft needs to step it up. Now that Microsoft is doing it, you can say whatever you want to say. You can say, oh, Xbox has no games, blah, 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 blah. Say all that shit. Who cares? Activision being acquired has a lot of people upset. A lot of people. And especially Sony. You see how hard they're trying to come at this shit.
Yeah, people just, they asked for it, now they got it, and now they like, well, you hitting too hard. Like,
Yeah, that's exactly what it feels like. It's like
Hitting too hard.
it's like, yeah, fight like a fight. Oh no, stop! You're hitting too hard. Stop.
Hey, stop the play fight, man. Hey. You're doing too much,
Crazy,
man.
and there's also the thing is that they're telling Sony's telling the CMA saying that regular Call of Duty players are likely to switch to Xbox even if the series stays on PlayStation, partly because of potential exclusive features on Microsoft console. My thing is, why is that a problem?
Wait, but didn't we say this and people say it doesn't matter? Didn't we say this? We've been saying this for years. When Call of Duty switched from Xbox 360 to PlayStation 4 in regards to exclusivity, that shifted the generation. Because remember, during that point, from 2013 until 2015, you can argue that Xbox had more compelling first-party titles out during that time versus PlayStation. Right?
Did you hit that?
And it was still competitive, but then when they shifted it and then Sony started dropping their first party, you have Call of Duty and you have all these other games on the platform. It switched the generation. It shifted it. Everyone knows this.
Oh yeah. Did you get
But
that?
they want to change the narrative.
Smooth hops on Xbox super chat.
Let me see. Hops on Xbox. No, I didn't. For $5. Shout out to Hops on Xbox. He says, when Xbox had marketing rights for COD, they made map packs exclusive for a month. When PS gets it, they lock out the game modes for a year. Take COD off. Shout out to him.
Right.
That's true. Like, that is true. The Xbox did, like, every time Xbox does like these timed exclusive deals, they have an expiration date that's actually manageable, right? Like, so, and the fact that it's just weird to see PlayStation talk about this, right? To see them like complain. I was like, don't they run the risk of having their business practices exposed, like, by doing that? So it's like, are they not? And the thing is, the fact that the UK is going hard. So people said Brazil, they approved that ABK deal because, all right, Call of Duty is not popular in Brazil. Xbox is not popular in Brazil. Guess what else? Guess where else Xbox isn't as popular at? The United Kingdom. So why is the UK? I feel like they're not. Why are they fighting for Sony so hard? That's the only person who's at that this deal threatens.
To worry about, like I said,
they do much bigger problems to worry about. To get their ass off this case, bro. Like, send them somewhere. Like,
get off the case. They got bigger problems to worry about with their financial situation, their economy, and their fucking euro plummeting. Get out of here with that shit. I love the UK, love the people in the UK, but that CMA, what they're doing is they're trying to cover up for Sony when they don't have to. You don't have to do that shit.
Yeah.
You really don't. And they're postponing the inevitable. Why are you making it? We know that this deal was gonna take a while, but now this is like insane. Insane. And a lot of those executives at Sony have ties to some people within the UK because they're becoming much more European in the way that they operate their business model. What do a lot of people say? Hey, they're going away from their roots. They're going away from their tradition, from what they established in Japan, and now they're becoming much more westernized in the way that they're handling their business, which is yielding a lot more profits for them, yes. But now you start to see the other side of it where it's like, oh, we got to stop this company from doing that because it's quote unquote anti-competitive, even though we're allegedly number one. So I don't know. It's just really weird. Really weird.
Yeah, man.
Well,
Go ahead, Nick. My bad.
well, I was gonna say, like I was mentioning before on here, how a lot of these developers, man, they make a lot of money off of these microtransactions and things, man. And I don't know if that have anything to do with it, but I'm telling you, man, it's like these profits, like from these microtransactions, I think got a lot to do with it, man. Because Call of Duty, you know, after that battle pass and what I mean, these skins and everything, I mean, their profits are way more than the game sales itself, which they split with the publishers. Like those transactions go straight to them, man. Like,
and that's what's gonna happen is if Microsoft gets Call of Duty, a lot of the profits that's being made on microtransactions and battle passes is going straight back to them.
Exactly. Yeah.
So they have to give them a bigger cut, and Sony used to. They're currently getting a huge cut of that, but Microsoft owns it. Oh shit, we have to pay Microsoft.
Yeah.
They're making more money off the game than we are.
Yeah. That's pretty much it. That's but there's a lot that goes into it, but I need this deal to just hurry up and go through though. I really do. And it's just that, like, my thing is that somebody said that the CMA has the power to stop this globally. I think that was incorrect.
Oh no.
I think that's incorrect, because the thing is that I hope that all the other regulatory, even if the CMA wants to give it trouble, I would hope Xbox just put out the freaking UK, since they want to be slave to PlayStation. Since you want to be a slave to PlayStation, yeah, just pull out and let them freaking take advantage of your pockets. Like they sat there and watched PlayStation raise the prices on their ass, and they just sit there and like, you got exclusive, so we like it.
You got all these dudes defending it. It's crazy smooth because they come out with 2 new models of the PS5 talking about, oh, it's more cost effective. We can make more units, but yet they still keep the price up. Yeah. And they're like, oh, but Sony has to keep making a profit for their system. Yeah. Like all these bullshit excuses as to why there's a price cut and trying to justify it, right? Like I've never seen corporate slavery go this far. Never.
Now the thing is, here's the issue, right? Here's the other issue. They with all this attention this is getting, it is going to, somebody mentioned it, that is going to make it harder for other acquisitions. What about Sony? Like, I was hoping Sony turn around and buy a publisher. And now what they did is they're inviting themselves for a bunch of scrutiny from others that, you know how many people will be impacted by this deal if it don't go through. It's not like $70 billion getting paid out to one person. Like that's billions for
get paid out.
So the thing is that they keep, like, I saw this interview with this chick trying to get the Take-Two. She was talking to the Take-Two CEO. I forgot his name. And for some reason, I don't know why her interview seemed geared onto like changing his mind on his position of this Activision deal. Like, it's like, I want to know, like, let's say after this deal is done, Sony wants to turn around and wants to buy maybe a Capcom or a Square Enix, right? If they can afford it, right? Who's to say? I mean, that gives obviously Microsoft and everybody else and Nintendo an opportunity to say, hey, this shouldn't go through. Like, and they can use literally everything PlayStation has done to keep games off their platforms, especially Xbox.
Well, what's everybody been saying? Oh, hopefully they acquire Square Enix, right? Like, everybody's been pointing at that. There's been a lot of hints at Square Enix being open to the idea of being acquired by Sony. So if that happens, what would the PlayStation fans say if Sony's in the process of acquiring a Square Enix, and then Microsoft is trying to block the deal, and they're going to court and they're lobbying to get this deal stopped? What are they gonna say? Oh my God, why is Microsoft trying to stop this deal? All this extra shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then, if you have another podcast that's covering it, talking about why is Microsoft trying to stop the deal, it's, oh, you're coping blah 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 blah. All these excuses, right? Name calling, all this shit.
I can already tell you what their response is going to be. It's going to be, well, Sony and Square Enix are synonymous with each other. They were always working together. They've always had a great relationship with each other.
And relationship.
Whereas with Xbox and Activision, Activision just plays the field. Sometimes they're with Xbox, sometimes they're with PlayStation, but they don't really have the choice. They just go wherever the money is greener. That's what their response is going to be. But you already know, fuck all these acquisitions. They're taking more players off the board. They're just terrible decision. All this acquisition shit needs to stop.
Yeah, you got to look at it too.
It needs
like,
to stop.
These tournaments and like everything about to change, bro. Like, was it
Like they're just ruining the industry.
Where's that tournaments held at? Like, that's not
Tournaments.
Yeah, the tournaments, the Call of Duty tournaments.
You mean
All of the tournaments on PC now?
Yeah, but who's running it? Is it they on damn what company is running the tournaments?
It's Activision.
Like
Activision
like
literally bought MLG and they host their own tournaments.
Oh, okay, they host their own.
Yeah, they host their own tournaments and then they go on YouTube and Twitch and just stream it. That's it. They literally have their own like esports division within Activision that runs these tournaments. They do the same thing with Overwatch and all the
That's
other
gonna be
things
interesting, man. That's pretty huge.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, it's more than just Call of Duty. People are just isolating this to just making it an issue about Call of Duty. But there's so many other aspects to this acquisition that's going to give a lot of power to Microsoft. And
Overwatch,
Overwatch
esports as well is pretty big.
Yeah,
right?
it's esports, it's mobile, it's
Yeah,
metaverse, it's so
everything.
much, it's everything. And Sony can try to make it seem like it's just a Call of Duty issue, but they know it's bigger than Call of Duty.
Yeah, they don't.
They know
like,
it is.
like Activision owning King. We forget about that. Activision owns King, so Candy Crush on lock.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, all
the potential of other games of just going crazy.
Yeah, all of those
That's mobile on lock.
are held on the PlayStation 4, right?
What's up?
They playing Call of Duty from the PlayStation, right? Or the tournaments?
No, it's on PC. It's on PC.
Oh,
they shifted all their gear to PC.
Oh wow.
Yeah, they get way more performance and everything. They just said, "Hey, fuck it, we're gonna switch everything to PC." But those PCs are supplied by Activision themselves.
Yeah, that's gonna be interesting, man.
It's been like that for years now.
It probably won't change, to be honest. Whether they're probably gonna still do it that way. But
yeah, they're still gonna do it that way. But you know, like when you have the tournament, the marketing is gonna be Xbox, Game Pass, and stuff like that. Just like how it is for PlayStation right now. Like whether it's a tournament, Warzone, esports, whatever it may be, Sony has that marketing of the game.
Right.
I don't know, man. I'm just not a fan of acquisitions in total like this, or publishers are just being eaten up.
Yeah, you're a PC guy, bro. We don't expect you to be a fan of it, you know.
It don't matter.
I mean,
it
doesn't matter. But regardless, I'm playing the game regardless, though.
I know.
PlayStation admitted that all their games are coming to PC. Me not being able to play the game is not friends contention, bro. That it never was, because I can always play.
Yeah, I ain't saying that. I'm just saying you don't even really care about these purchases because it don't do nothing for you. You know?
No, it's not that I don't care. I don't want them to happen because it's changing the industry into a bad light. We've already had this discussion.
Oh man.
Or they're gonna stop. They're gonna what do you call it? Where they're gonna focus on mitigating risk to the best of their ability, and they're gonna start putting out even more just consolidated, regurgitated, like what AAA, free to play. Like it's changing the industry. When a company is purchased by a different company, they want to immediately get a return on their investment. and that's
Nah, that's
not,
not true, bro.
and that's
Like, that's not true.
yeah, that is
Immediately,
absolutely true.
immediately.
They want a return on investment as quickly as possible.
I don't know.
I mean, I said the word immediately, but I mean as quickly as possible. Let's be clear here. It's as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
But it just takes. Wait, what the?
Well, Smooth, you seen that what people was talking about the revenue that they built off of Game Pass or whatever.
Yeah, the
And
2.9 billion. Yeah.
and people downplaying it like that doesn't mean anything is the craziest shit. Like, well, it's not profit. They didn't return.
Yeah, they said they weren't making that money because of the $1 deals. It so like $1. Everybody who subscribed to Game Pass is subscribed for $1, right? So
Yeah, that $1. If all of these people used $1, that revenue wouldn't even reach that far. like,
I mean,
it's
eventually
either
the dollar's gonna
2.9
run out, right?
either 2.9 billion people subscribe to Game Pass, or
right. It's like 100 people like that use it for $1 at this point. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we can all just watch that now. Like,
yeah. Yes, it's clearly. I mean, like I said, I can't really speak for the business model because there's a lot of things that come into play for it, right? Because obviously you got to, acquire the games to get in there, and each game costs. And I'm pretty sure they do like bundle deals with publishers. Like you might have a situation where one publisher is dropping like 4 or 5 games in there all the time, and that just might be covered in one swoop. I don't know, man, but the thing is, what people keep forgetting, they think Xbox only makes money from the subscription. People still have the opportunity to buy the game on the Xbox Digital Store or your mom and pop spot or your retail outlet. The games can still be bought. It'd be different if Game Pass was the only means and the only access to said video game. It would be totally different. Like Netflix, Netflix is, it's hammered in because the thing is, you can't buy a Netflix movie.
Nope, you can't buy it.
You can't buy it. You know what I mean? So it's like, so that's the thing. It's like the Game Pass is more than just like the getting access to the game, but it's the discounts on other games. It's the perks. Because Game Pass offers perks to games that aren't even in Game Pass.
Not only that,
yeah.
Like somebody told me, like, you don't pay that much. I think it was Porter Rock was like, you don't pay that much in renting servers. Netflix paid over $1 billion.
What is he talking about?
Yo, they paid over $1 billion to rent.
Yeah,
Amazon.
to switch your if you look at the operating cost of Netflix, right? We're talking about streaming thousands of episodes and movies concurrently at high resolution. Like, that's a lot. Networking costs, storage costs. Like, if you don't know anything about cloud infrastructure, like how me and Nick do, they can't fathom the operating cost of that. That's why they don't make so much. They're not profitable. Netflix is not profitable. But Microsoft owns their own servers.
Bro. Like,
that's what I'm saying. Microsoft owns their own servers. They don't have to pay. They don't have to pay anyone else to run xCloud or the host Game Pass, anything like that.
Nope. But when I talked about that before, and then people was like I was saying, Puerto Rico was like, it don't cost that much. You know what I mean?
Yes,
I'm like,
it's a lot. It's a lot of fucking money.
Go ahead.
No, I just want to. I'm confused. He's saying that it doesn't cost that much for like Netflix to be
something
Netflix?
along those lines. Like when I brought that up when he was on, I think it was him and J Dub and them all of them.
This is way back.
That was a
years
long
ago.
while ago.
Yeah, this is years ago.
So about the cloud infrastructure, bro. Like,
so he didn't I guess he didn't know that like a company like Netflix, which they compare to Game Pass all the time. It's literally. It wasn't profitable until it was profitable 13 years after it actually came out. Netflix became profitable. Like for how long? And then now it's not even profitable anymore.
But Bless, this is what I'm saying.
I'm so confused. He didn't realize it's expensive to run this shit.
Yeah,
put out
but
content and
look, they tried to run it themselves. They tried to run their own service themselves, and they realized that they should just go out and go to Amazon and rent their service. You know what I mean? Once they realized that, that's when they was like continuously in the red. Like,
Yeah,
'cause people was comparing it like, well, Netflix don't like, yo, they don't have the same. They big dogs. Like Microsoft own their own service. They don't have to go through the same thing. You know what I mean? Like, and that's when he said what he said. Like, well, it doesn't cost that much. I'm like, damn. Like, really?
oh yeah.
yeah. That's when
Yeah.
that's when
Yeah, if it
you have to
run
know
those
what you
servers,
have to know what you're talking about. Like you
Yeah,
have to know what
that-
you're talking about. You just don't make a blanket statement like that. Like, oh, it doesn't cost much to run Netflix. Like, it costs a lot. It really does.
yeah,
That
a lot.
yeah, that's I don't know why he would ever say that. If it doesn't cost that much, like why would they not be profitable for fucking a decade? The fuck?
Well, we know now. Like, we seen the, what I mean, it ain't the profits, but the revenue means a lot. That means it's making enough room for them to make money. Like, that's crazy that people
Yeah,
say
it take
You can
yeah,
look
it
at the
takes
scale.
money
Like,
takes money to make money. Yeah.
you can go on they have a case study on AWS's website with Netflix, and you can see the scale that it takes to have all those TV shows and movies highly available across the world. Across the entire world. You can see the infrastructure, like how they have everything organized and laid out. Like, it's very expensive. So
That
if you compare a company,
production costs.
yeah, if you compare a company like Netflix, right, that's using AWS, and then you have Xbox, which is using Microsoft's internal servers, and they don't have to pay extra for that, that's two totally different scenarios.
Yeah, and in that world, like, Azure is known to be like the most complicated. Well, as far as learning it, like, people like aim for that joint, like the Azure service, man. Like, a lot of people that work on the Amazon web services, man. Like, that's the easiest one, but Azure, they look for that joint. Like,
Yeah.
them joints is top tier.
Question: where did this whole the report for when did the Starfield update come out? Like, was there like a new video? Because I didn't watch. I just saw people like
Update?
yeah, like about it having they said, I guess Todd Howard said it surpassed 253,000 dialogue lines, and that I guess traveling in space, something about jet fuel or something like that. You can run out of fuel. Like, did anybody like care about that?
I haven't seen anything on it. Honestly, like, my interest in that game is very, very low. So I don't keep up with the news on that game whatsoever. I'm of the mindset, like, I'm waiting for reviews to see how buggy and broken that game's gonna fucking be day one.
We don't believe what Todd says.
Yeah, it's
And
Todd
this is
Howard,
bold.
sweet little lies. That man's been capping for years.
Oh man, that's crazy.
We all know it's true.
I don't think it's gonna be that bad, bro. But
Yo, you're dropping that game first week, bro.
for me,
Smooth's not even gonna beat the game.
That would be funny. I honestly don't see. I don't see Smooth beating that game, bro. Didn't he have a bet with Bond that he'll beat like a RPG or like a Fallout 4 before October or something?
No, it was Persona
October
5
now.
before December.
oh god,
Before December.
Yeah.
oh my god.
Well,
that game,
but you were also trying to beat Fallout 4, but where have you gone with that? Any progress?
Put that shit on the shelf. As a matter of fact, not even on the shelf. He put it in a box, threw it in the closet, and he ain't ever going back to it.
Facts, bro. He is not playing that game. He put that bitch in the box, bro.
Telling you, man. Fallout, Bethesda, main Bethesda games. No, sorry. I don't
Bro,
really care for
outside of the few screenshots he's gonna get first playing the game, the few first gameplay clips, this man is gonna be
yeah, he's gonna
struggling to
post
play
on
that shit.
gameplay clips on Twitter.
I'm hype, but you don't play. You don't turn off the stream or turn off Twitter. He's like, fuck, I don't want to play this shit. He's like, I don't want to play this shit. I'm confused. Where do I go? He's like, man, fuck this game.
yeah.
Bro, like, hold on. It's not that. Like, I'm gonna give it a serious. And once I give games a serious shot, I typically put them over. Like, you know what I mean? I got through Biomutant, bro. I got through Biomutant.
That's not the same, though.
It's not a 70-hour game.
It could be.
That's an action adventure game. This
It's an RPG. Like, you gotta put time into it.
Oh, this joint about to be crazy, man. We gonna have fun watching that. That's all I'm gonna say, man. That joint about to be funny.
Oh man. But yeah, so I guess I'm gonna look into that Starfield stuff. All right, guys, getting kind of late. Anybody got anything going on? I'm gonna check the chat, see what's up, give us some quick shout outs to the chat. Shout out to Julian Johnson, Fat Caesar, Quando Dingle here. I think he's just talking crap. Hops on Xbox. Addict was here. Troubleshoot Gaming, which is
Verge Brizzle.
Verge Brizzle as always. Apex Predator. Shout out to him. He says it was either Microsoft or Meta that was going to acquire Activision. Let's be real. We should be thinking Xbox for buying them first.
Yep.
Sounds about right. Speaking of Meta, the Quest has Xbox. You can play Xbox Game Pass on the Quest.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, the Xbox Cloud Gaming is coming to the Quest. A lot of actually cloud gaming is coming. You know, it's Quest. They got that new Logitech handheld that's coming out, which is like is going to be a cloud streaming device. You got the browser, and then there's going to be another. I think somebody else is making one that we're going to hear about fairly soon. So
wait, I saw they have cloud streaming laptops coming. What the fuck is the
point that I don't understand that, bro.
What?
Cloud streaming handheld, cloud streaming, those things are not going to sell, bro. Waste of money.
Products. Worthless.
Did they not learn from Stadia getting shut down?
Nope.
Well. Here's the thing. They're not selling you a service. They're just selling you a device to utilize your existing services.
If you see a massive service like that can't stay alive, and there's multiple cloud services
because they know
you're gonna make a device that can only stream only, and if you don't have an internet connection, if they can advertise
Xbox and Game Pass, right? That's the key.
You can't download games to it.
You don't need to download games to it.
Smooth. If you're not at home and you take that with you, how are you gonna play this shit?
What? Hold on. Which one y'all talking about?
We talking about the Logitech handheld streaming shit.
You're gonna be able to do a lot of things with that device.
Oh my, that's not only a waste of money, man.
When it comes out next week, let me hurry up and pre-order it before it goes up $50.
You said you're gonna buy that over a Steam Deck?
The Steam Deck is too expensive.
Yo, I swear, y'all.
The Steam Deck, that's all the Steam Deck is an overhyped game gear. Like, I don't know why I keep overhyping.
You have a cell phone, Smooth.
This dude Plus gets so mad.
You have a cell phone, bro.
These same fanboys persuade you, bro.
You have a cell phone. You can stream Game Pass from your cell phone, bro.
Oh God.
He's so no sense to budget that. A Steam Deck is $100 more.
Y'all, Steam Deck don't have a lot of real estate on the screen. The screen is small. The handheld's too fat. It eats up a lot of battery life. Like, nah, man. Like, I think until that thing becomes a reasonable and economical friendly, like, I'll jump into it. But right now, that Logitech looking nice. It's looking like a legit Xbox handheld.
You want a handheld that does all gaming. A Steam Deck can still fucking do that and still get great battery life doing that.
You don't even need the Logitech. You have a cell phone. Like, why are you buying that? If you know what? Spend your money.
I'm just saying, like, hey, I think it's lightning into the bottle right now. And I think y'all,
money, bro.
Smooth, you have lost your fucking mind. The Steam Deck can do the exact same shit and get probably the exact same battery life. The Steam Deck battery life is better when you do cloud gaming.
So you're advocating that I do cloud gaming on a Steam Deck versus a cloud gaming device.
Yes.
It is more
Because you get more
flexible.
utility. You get more utility.
Motherfucker, you can play native. Oh, if you don't have an internet connection, you don't have a fucking brick.
Yes, you do, bro. I don't know who told you can't download games on there. You can download.
How much storage it has? How much storage it has?
Well, that
It is a
32 gigabytes.
device. You're not gonna be. Brother in Christ, the processor that's in that fucking device is terrible. It is literally, they put one of the weakest processors possible into that device. It is not meant for native gaming. It is not. It simply is not. Like
Okay.
you're gonna be playing the game. Like if it was even possible for you to download and play natively, it's gonna play fucking terribly. Literally, it's gonna play terribly.
Well, bless Red, it's gonna play more than 40 frames per second. Is all we saying.
And at better resolutions.
Yeah,
enjoy that input delay.
For that 40
Bro.
frames.
Enjoy the artifacting, input delay, all that shit. Congrats.
You got another super chat, I think.
Do I? Hop on Xbox. He says G Cloud being Wi-Fi only makes no sense for cloud streaming. You can just use remote play. That at that point, $350 is crazy. $150 should be the max.
Yeah.
It's $350. It's even more expensive than I thought. Are you serious?
It's well, yeah. That if you buy it before it comes out, it's $299. All right, I'll hold off, but I ain't buying a Steam Deck. I'm gonna see what the next.
Oh my God.
Smooth, don't hate on this thing.
Please, God. I swear, if you waste your money on that, you don't even fucking game on your Switch, and you're about to fuck Jesus.
But the Switch doesn't play Xbox. Once the Switch gets cloud gaming, I'll use that. That's what I was waiting for.
Why are you saying that with a grin on your face? I can hear you grinning.
You mad that I have a grin on my face?
I don't care. Buy anything besides buy I don't care. Buy the backbone for the PlayStation.
Hey.
What? That shit makes no sense.
Hey, bless. It sounds like you're in a fishbowl, man.
Jesus Christ, bro. I don't know. I'm covering my phone. Sometimes.
It's okay, bro. All right, outros.
Outros, man. Nick, you first.
Yo, man. I know I was late, man, but yeah, this is fun, you know, and catch y'all next time, man. No serious outro for me.
Okay. Bless.
Please, God, don't buy that shit.
What the hell? What's wrong with this?
I don't know, man. Just don't buy that shit.
Don't buy what?
Yeah, he got something against that thing. Ever since I said I had some slight interest in it, he's been like,
"Yo, man,
you're the only person on my Twitter feed that was ever saying anything about purchasing."
Fanboys out here, bro. Like I've never seen nobody like this before, bro. No fanboys.
All right,
it is a worthless product. It is literally a worthless product. That's why I'm like,
all right, bro.
God,
all right. Can I get my outro? Like, damn.
Wait, I thought you were already live.
Damn, bro. Everyone, have a good night. Enjoy your gaming. RTX 4090 is out. Make sure you guys get a new GPU. Don't buy the Logitech shit. And yes, a lot of new games are coming up this holiday season. I'm gonna see you guys on these games. Call of Duty, see me. We here. Overwatch 2, we're here. Let's get it.
Yo. Make sure you guys check out my Astergos Curse of the Stars review is out. Shout out to everybody that checked out the videos. Is one of the I haven't done many reviews so far, but I've been slowly trying to get back into it. So your support will help if you want me to review any more games. Make sure you hit the like button. We'll see you guys, next week. Should have a new Planet Xbox overlay and intro. So in the works for that. Hopefully guys like the new logo. We got then Yeah, man. I don't know what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to try to jump into some games. They're finally releasing games. The industry's finally releasing games over the next couple of days. So I'm looking forward to, I think, a Plague's Tale. So we'll probably give our thoughts on that fairly or by next week. I think it's probably a game that can probably be done in a matter of 3 days, right? So, all right, guys. Thank you guys for watching, man. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. We will see you guys next week. As always, Xbox is the best box. I am the best bot. Good night or good morning if you're on the other side of the globe. I'm out of here. Peace.
Yo, y'all seen how Ole Man exposed Salty?
I still gotta like follow up on that.
Yeah, it's I don't know, man. It's literally to the point right now where it's one person says something and then it's just like deflection. Complete deflection. Oh, I don't pay for Game Pass, but I still have it. So